Okay, in this video we're going to go over uh, some of the new things that are in T7 that were not in T6. T7 is our newest branch of the T-Series software from Choctaw Software. If you use T6, the first thing you're going to notice is that you now have a different side menu bar over here. It makes it a little bit easier to remember what each thing is instead of just relying on the icons. So we have actual labels out there. It's also a roll up, roll down, so you can, shorten it up to just things that you normally use. Just keep those open, like you got, tools or whatever. So you can navigate quite a bit easier in there. The next thing that we're going to look at is over here in the apparel, which is uh, your work orders, things like that. A couple of things that have been added in here. First thing has been the ability to give discounts. Now the discounts can be applied as either a dollar amount, you see right here in the red button, or it can be as a percentage. So if we click on that, it will become a percentage in there. So if I came in here and I said $10, let me unlock the and we calculate it. Then it shows up as $10 discount. Okay, and if we come in here and we change this to a percentage, you're going to see that it's discounted $31.90, which is 10% of what it was. Okay, so anyway, you have the ability to do that in there now. The next thing in here is the way that the work orders, the artwork approval, names and numbers in the print function. The next thing is how the print function, the names and numbers and artwork approval form, saving and emailing work. So we don't really have any artwork attached to this particular example here. So let's swap back a couple here. I think I've got one here. Yeah, we've got art attached there. So if I come in here and do the artwork approval form, it comes up like you normally have seen it, but you're going to notice that the little toolbar up here at the top has changed. And what it does now is it auto names and saves into a directory. Let me pop this up. So what we've got here is we've got G7, and inside that is a directory PDS, and you're going to see right now it's blank. If I save this to file, okay, and it brings it on up. We've got it in there. You're going to notice right up here, the first thing is it's done is it's named it ART 10008 PDF, and it has to do with the invoice quote number, whatever else, 10008. So we've got that information here that helps us with that. The other thing now is we now have in that folder subfolder named Doe's Wholesale. There again, it picks that up from the customer name. So if this folder doesn't exist, it creates it. And then within inside that folder is that particular artwork approval form. And it's going to do that for the art, for the quotes, invoices, the names and number things, the things that you're going to email off to the customer. So it'll automatically create the folder under the PDS folder. It will, if it doesn't exist, and then it will put the PDFs in there. The same thing when you email. So if you email out now, you're going to notice that it automatically filled in the customer's email address. It's put a subject line in there. It's automatically attached the file. and it's put a default text in the actual message. And so it, it's just going to make it a lot faster. You can just go send, and it's going to send it off. I'm not going to do that because that customer doesn't actually exist. Okay, so it does that for the print, name and number, and artwork approval. The other thing that we've got now is we have a due on date. So the due on date has to do with the money. So if you have money that they owe you, a balance, whatever else, you can select this and put it in here. Now, right now we're at a quote, so it doesn't automatically do anything with that. But if we change this to an invoice, what it will do is it will look, and if there's no date in here, it's going to put the current date in there, unless you have filled in some other date by clicking down on it and selecting a date from the calendar. It will automatically fill that in if that's blank. And what you're saying there is the customer owes you the money on that date. But let's just say that they've got a balance due here, and you want to give them some time on that. You can do that to pay off the balance. And we'll show you what that does over in the customer form later on, or the customer screen later on. The other thing is, both on the customer screen and on this screen that we have, is we now have the map it. Okay, and this will only work on Windows 10 that I'm aware of, because it uses a feature in Windows 10. But we can come up into here and we can do a map. It's going to give us two options: location on map or directions. And of course, this particular customer here is quite a ways from where I'll set the example company in here. But let's just cancel out of this a minute. Let's get us somebody here. Okay, let's take this one here, and let's go ahead and do the directions. Now it's going to go ahead and calculate out a couple of paths for you. Sometimes it'll only show you one, just depending on where you're at, whatever else. And it gives you the information about the travel time, the traffic, stuff like that. So if you're delivering, it's going to say, leaving from your shop and going to this customer here are your best options at this time of day. And I believe if you have a Microsoft whatever account, when you share this, you can actually send it over to your phone. I'm not sure about that because I don't do online data off my phone. If we just do a map it, and we do a location on map, it's going to pull it in and tell us right there. And then we can look at different things. We can look at street view, whatever else. So it does that for both this area and the customers. So let's just go on over to the customer for a minute. Now we're at the Jones Design and Joe's doesn't. Now it's telling us right now that if we're in here that Joe's Wholesale has a balance owed to us of $2,328.79. So we can keep an eye on that and stuff. So if you've got a customer out there that owes you the balances, it's going to keep adding them up over all the invoices that they still owe you money on. It's going to allow you to look at it right there. Again, you got the map, same thing, location on the map, directions, and stuff. Now this guy here is in there, so just for fun, let's go that. It's in Houston, and I've got the default company set up in Dallas. So let's just do directions here, and let's see what it says. And there you go. We were going to deliver that. It would take us 4 hours and 21 minutes at the current traffic. And that includes toll roads if we go through that way. So we can look at all that kind of stuff with it. I'll go ahead and exit out of here. And in reports now, we still got the standard reports, but we also do have a T reports module. This is an add-on option to T7. You can order it at the time you purchase T7 if you want it to be active or not. But what it basically does is it's opening up in another screen. I've got it's basically got some reports here. We don't really have much in here, but we can do an item quantity report if we want to. And let's just do 1 to 100, and let's just do range of dates. And just so we get far enough back, and let's do both, and let's run the report. And in our examples, we have that it shows us, what we sold each customer. Now, again, it's hard to see in this example because I don't have a lot of customers in here in the example set up, but I could run reports at different range quantities in there and could see which jobs that we did more of and where we've become more profitable. The other thing that we have is if we come out of here, we can do an ARC charge report. I'm not sure I got any ARC charges in here. So let's just go back and we'll do this again. Probably not going to be anything. Well, there is. Okay. It's showing us that we did these deals, no ARC charges. Had we had ARC charges in there, it would tell us what we've got and everything else. This is the amount of colors that we put on each one. I'll add a label up here for that before I release this. And it'll total up. If there's ARC charges, it'll total them up and actually tell you based on that and that what you gave away and stuff. So you can look at those. Get the film charge, setup charges, digitizing, ARC and PO report. PO report allows you to pull in if you issued PO numbers and things like that. You can actually do reports on the POs. So that's basically what you've got in there. Now that's just a quick kind of overview of some of the features that have been added in to T7 over T6. I'll be making some more videos to go more into detail of actually using T7. Thank you for watching.